Welcome to the Tourism Hub podcast, a podcast devoted to you and your excellence, providing inspiration and education for the entrepreneurs, experience makers, and excellence seekers of our industry to take your tourism business and career to a whole new level.
Relax.
Hey, look who I have here. Thank you so much for joining me on this live broadcast, Patricia. I don't think you need an introduction, but the CEO here from Tourism and Events Queensland, we're in your backyard here in Mackay.
Yeah, and a warm welcome to you, Despina, and everyone that's here. We've been really excited about this event coming to Queensland. It's got such amazing content, and we're certainly putting on a warm welcome for everyone.
Oh, and hearing your story coming from a regional Queensland yourself, and just the importance, just the importance in the dollar, in the visitor, and also navigating the challenges is what we've heard so far. We've just been on the back, just to give everyone context, on Mark Olsen's presentation, and looking at your presentation of how much you've done in the last year. Talk to us about that recovery and just the approach that Tourism Events Queensland took, not only big scale, but also in supporting industry.
Yeah, if I could probably sum it up in one word, it was really our role was to listen, but then we'd follow that up with action. And Mark did an amazing presentation. It actually took me down memory lane because, as I was saying, the industry's worked really hard coming out of the pandemic. We set huge goals for ourselves in growing our, what was a 28 billion overnight visitor expenditure economy for tourism. And we wanted to get to 44.4 billion by 2032. So we ended the year on that note. We were energized. We're certainly on a high. And we know that summer, we do have weather events. It's just part of our fabric, not just in Queensland, but everywhere in Australia. But certainly the weather events that we experienced were quite unprecedented. And at a really interesting time for us as well, because the holiday season, in particular for the North around Christmas, is a really peak period for them. So as it is on the Gold Coast and in some of our parts of the southern parts of Queensland. So we had, from the Cape to Coolangatta, a series of weather events come through pretty strongly. And I think our role was really working with the likes of the CEOs like Mark, as well as the industry, listening to them, getting on the ground as quickly as possible, understanding and assessing the situation, and then working out tailored packages and initiatives that we could drive to help get business back into those regions.
I loved what you shared about that. Like, just the engagement, industry engagement, and really listening. You said there were about 500 operators that came in the room, that you facilitated the conversation in your planning for your strategic way forward.
Yeah, well, I think, our minister at the time, Minister Healy, during that time, was really strong on getting on the ground and getting there as quickly as possible. So we were on the Gold Coast, we were up in Cairns, we were in Cape Trib, and certainly learning and assessing, but we knew we had to act quickly. I know the department and our DG of Tourism, he also coordinated some webinars, some virtual, so everyone could come in quickly, but everyone worked 7 days, 24 hours, really trying to get what we needed acted upon quickly, but the industry were key to guiding that. So it was a really interesting period. It's quick. When it happens, it's very, very quick. And so you have to move quickly. And that's where I think Mark's point is: prepare for it. We know it's coming. We know it's going to happen. Have the models ready. Have your networks ready. Have your ideas of what you want to act and initiate on the ground. And then when it happens, just be ready to go.
Be ready. And all of this, I guess, for industry, I'm doing a lot of work now with accreditation, risk management and accreditation. As much as I know many operators, nationally, going through that preparedness, and it was just brilliant. And I can't wait to share. I've never taken so many notes through Mark's presentation, like all the key, really simple questions, but the whole point of, like, don't just wait for it to happen. Now, you're no stranger to being a CEO of a regional tourism destination either. That's been your background in looking back on that, and you're now at a state level. Looking back on your experience of being a CEO of Destination Gold Coast, was it? And you had prior to that, was it prior
Townsville Enterprise? Yep.
Did my little homework.
You did Despina,
What would you do different now that you're sitting at a state level and seeing it across the board?
I think It's probably not different in terms of weather events
Yes.
and natural disasters. I think I've been able to see and learn every time, and as a result, share those learnings with the teams that are around me. But the teams have also shared with me what they've learned, because it's not a new thing. And I think coming from being born and bred in Mount Isa and being in tourism there, then heading to Townsville and then coming down south, it doesn't matter whether it's been drought, floods, cyclones. We've been through it all, and I certainly have been there. And I think Mark touched on it. We can be ready, we can prepare, we can have the frameworks, we can have the models and initiatives ready to go. I think what we can never underestimate is the emotional toll that it takes on people. And it's moments that will never leave you, being on the ground with operators, with businesses that have lost their livelihoods, everything that they've worked for, gone. I think those are the moments that we all just need to be conscious that we have to help each other. And that's what I've really found through, in particular this summer for the state. We were dealing with disasters across the state, whether it was up north in Cairns, we know Townsville with Sundays went through, the Outback had some flooding, we had on the Gold Coast, there was a series of weather events. So we had the state all in a very concentrated period dealing with very different things. So it's just making sure your team is supported, your network is strong, but importantly, you can act quickly, and it's not a one size fits all. What we were delivering for the north was very different to what we were delivering in the south.
And that was a very key point about the mental health.
Yes.
That is more significant than the financial impact, because if we don't have that right, and that Mark was saying it's World Mental Health Awareness Day today.
It is, yes.
And I thought it's very key, I think, for everybody listening. If we've all had our experiences, we all come with experience in different level, whether it's bushfires, the floods, these incredibly traumatic experiences for businesses. Now, in moving more to a positive story and the way, because it's all moving quickly when you're in literally the eye of the storm, your approach to now as a marketer and a marketing body, how, just share everyone a little bit of what you shared in your presentation, because certainly I know Queensland does so well, but just the tactical and the way that you've gone into market in the US is quite extraordinary. Congrats. Amazing.
We're really excited. I'm very proud of our team, and I'm proud of our industry, because as much as the first part of the year we were dealing with these weather events, we tried not to take our eyes off the horizon, which was moving into the year. We set those goals, and the industry and the team, they wanted big, bold, and really strong. They wanted to come out of the pandemic and really make a mark. And so whilst we were dealing with all the weather events, we continued to plan as well for something mid-year that was just going to reset and re-energise. And Bluey is a born and bred Queenslander. Her and her family are global superstars. They've taken the world by storm. And we thought, you know what, let's just go out and get together and launch this together. But it wasn't going to be just about Bluey or Brisbane. We got the Irwin, so Robert Irwin was involved, another global brand. And we said, when we launch this, we want it to be across the state. So simultaneously, when we had a bit of fun with the launch, we thought, let's set a world record and play Keepy Uppy, Bluey's game. And this red ball became a real focal point for showcasing the best of Queensland. And on that Sunday when we launched, all 13 regions, and a shout out to the RTOs, we all launched that campaign together. We absolutely saturated our digital assets, and it did go global. And so, we were really proud that this wasn't just about one entity, one region. It was a whole estate. And then the success of it, we took it over to the US, and so excited a couple of weeks ago, Kelly Clarkson partnered with us. We had our Oprah moment. Everyone was given a Queensland holiday. Everyone's going to Queensland. And so excited. And I think this opens up then the next phase of content where we're going to see some of these people just enjoying the best of what our state has to offer.
So good. Something else that's really, really good, industry-led. And one of the best programs, now during my time with Tourism Tribe and Liz Ward, the Best of Queensland program, just in everybody being to have these digital assets and reliable assets when you're collaborating. I just think that that program, bringing it, that's not only, it's qualitative and quantitative, that everybody's on the same level. Yeah, that's still running the best
it
of
sure
Queensland.
is. Yeah, we're and it's continued to evolve, and we're really proud of it. It sets a really high benchmark. Our operators take the accreditation exceptionally seriously, and I think for us, the ability to showcase our industry, our businesses, our operators through that program is what we're excited about, and it keeps us stepping up as well. So that continues. Beside that, we continue to work with the regions and the RTOs on the transformational experiences mentoring.
Another one, I was just that one.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw transformational experiences and going through that journey, I absolutely brilliant. I talk about that and reference Queensland in a lot of my training. I thought that was, and that's still running as well.
Still running.
Brilliant.
And again, it's it's one thing to be told what's working, what's transformational, what's the best, but industry talking to industry through that program, sharing their learnings, sharing their insights, saying what hasn't worked. That's what that program is about, where we are facilitating the best talking to the best.
Yes. Because it's like the transformation happening within the operator first.
Absolutely.
And then translating that to the visitor experience being transformative.
Yep.
Because it is. We're selling the dream here. We're making memories. You want to leave leave better than what you arrived. Yeah. Queensland's doing very well. Now, you are an inspirational role model for many, tourism brothers and sisters watching. What's your drive, from where you started in the industry to where you are now?
I think probably I wouldn't see myself so inspirational. I think I just work with such inspirational people, and I think what I love about our industry is it's about the people, and I'm just constantly amazed on how these businesses not just operate but grow, continue to evolve. We are in an unbelievable industry, and I'm very grateful to have worked beside these people. But I think for us, tourism is there's serious business behind it. The economics are strong. We want to get to 44 billion, over 30 million visitors by 2032. We've got the Olympics and the Paralympics coming. They're huge. It's huge business, but I think behind it, tourism has the ability to really influence the social fabric and the communities that we live. They're the entry points. They're the last people you see. And I think that ability is pretty special. You don't get it in a lot of other industries. And even though we're global, we're such a small industry as well. Like even today, it's like a welcoming reunion party. So I think we all end up staying in it because we do love it, and it does influence in a really special way.
Oh, and the biggest party coming in a few,
it is a huge party. We want the world to be a part of that party, and as we were saying, it will be uniquely. It's the Brisbane 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games, but it's being co-hosted by the Sunny Coast and the Gold Coast. We've got an 8-year runway. We want the foundation across the state to be strong, and we'd love to see, the opportunity once in a generation disperse across the state. And we'd love to see you all the way through. Yeah. To then leading the charge, dear Patricia. Oh, I'm very excited about it. Yeah, really excited. Look, this has been a highlight for me. I've watched you and admired you from afar, but to have this quiet moment with you and share it with everybody is just a treat. I'm beyond grateful. So thank you so much. Very humbled by that. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Trish here, and we'll have more inspiration coming your way. Thank you so much.
Relax.